Hey everybody. So trying to get this pulled up, so give me a second still. There we go. Alright, so this video is just gonna be just kind of generally talking, I guess. Give you guys an update about my foot, Swift, some of the process there, and kind of where everything's been. Why can I not open up the control panel on here? They've changed it. Oh, there it is. So, hey Andy, what's up? Sorry, I'm trying to get this control panel thing to come up, but they've changed it on me and I don't know how to pull it up. Hey dude. So while I try to figure this out, which I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, YouTube always changes things sometimes and can make it kind of hard to try to find what you're looking for. Oh, well, I'm not going to keep looking for it. I'll tell you guys about my foot here in just a minute. That's actually going to be one of the topics today, along with a few other things that I got, kind of cooking to talk about. So, I would like to be able to pull this up in the deal so I could see the chat room easier without having to try to read it on the screens, because sometimes that could be difficult, but I'm seriously about to give up on that. I guess I could do it like this right here. All right. So I ended up just uploading it straight on so I could actually see you guys live. All right, so Zachary, you asked, when do I go back to work? At this moment, I actually don't know. I went to the doctor, and right here is the big pile of paperwork that I've been getting from Workman's Comp. Okay, it's a pretty big pile. For something that was so simple, or it really kind of seemed simple at first. So I went to the doctor the other day and I was like, look, I want to go back to work. And he was like, nah, let's give you another week and whatnot. And I'm like, I really want to go back to work. Hey, John. So, oh, you've been down for 2 months, Andy? Damn. So the doctor was like, well, he put me on light duty. Okay, that's great. I went to physical therapy today, actually. And physical therapy had me do some moves like, squat. Squatting did not work very well. I could only get down a little bit before my ankle really started to hurt. So I'm not able to squat. And then going up and down stairs was not working very well either. Oh, yeah, the doctor thinks I broke my foot, Andy, but we couldn't get imaging done on it to know for sure one way or the other. Yeah, physical therapy. Thankfully, the person that's doing my physical therapy, I think, is doing great. But anyway, so there was like stairs at the physical therapy place, and we're trying to work on some range and measurements and yada yada yada. I actually had a really difficult time with that, which actually really kind of surprised me. But before that, they were just trying to work on getting movement back in my toes, mostly my big toe, and working my balance, because those things really, really got screwed up when my foot got crushed. So yeah, it's going to be a process. I'm hoping I can try to get back to work, but I got to try to talk to the doctor at some point. I'm actually concerned about trying to get in and out of the tractor. I thought I'd been able to. The way it's looking, I might not be able to. I don't know. So that's that. So Swift and my injury. Okay, that's been a question I've been getting a lot of from different people. Uh, want him to hop up and down on one leg. Yeah, 60 years old. That's probably not going to happen. That's actually kind of funny. Uh, and yeah, that's true, Cassandra. You think you're all right until you start seeing a physical therapist. Man, physical therapy, them people, they really know how to make you hurt and like isolate, like, no, don't do it like this. Do it exactly like this. And we're going to isolate this muscle. And you're like, wait, what muscle? Holy crap. There is a muscle there. Um, they had me do like this weird thing where both my legs are like bent, like in this particular way, and then lean forward this way and push down like this. And you work this muscle versus this muscle, and then I had to do something completely different to get to a different one. Yeah, uh, they're really good at what they do. Put it that way. They're very good at what they do. Um, yeah, hey Andy, let me know if you want to come back to Swift. Just shoot me a message, and yeah, go from there. Swift actually has, I think, some sign-on bonuses. I will need to get with Veronica and find that out for sure. But talking about that, I might actually be having a sponsor for my YouTube channel, the very first sponsor. I was actually talking to them the other day. Actually, I say the other day, it was probably about a week ago now. And they might be sponsoring some equipment, which will allow me to do like a podcast type thing where I could actually do phone type things where you guys could call in and actually be a part of the show, which I think would be pretty fantastic, especially when you're driving long distances. Be able to, hit play it, enjoy the video, or not necessarily the video, but the audio part of it, the podcast style, and, kind of, there's so many different things I can do, but the equipment's not cheap. So I'm hoping that they come through and they sponsor that equipment. But we'll get to find out. So you had 2 hip replacements. Damn. I bet that tickled a lot. But yeah, they are definitely masters at figuring out what to do, and making it hurt. Uh, and not hurt in a good way, in a bad way. If you haven't been to physical therapy, they want it to not be real comfortable, but they don't want you to hurt. But man, they know how to get you sweating. They really want you to work it so that you don't, so it doesn't get worse, but it can be fun. Um, I was 6 months and 50,000 miles. Nice. Uh, 50,000 miles. That's quite a bit. Um, oh, my mom. Okay. So, as some of you guys may know, if you guys watch my Facebook channel or watch my Facebook, which I know I think I had it all private. I might have said something somewhere. I don't. It's been pretty long. But anyway, the AC unit at my house that my mom's staying in decided to go out. Here in Texas, not having AC, yeah, no. Okay, that's like no. Here in Texas, you could probably roast a damn chicken in your car during the summer. You kind of need to have AC. So called somebody out and they were like, look, the AC, it was like $4,000 or $5,000 to replace the compressor. And by the compressor shorted out, the compressor was shot. I was hoping it was just like a capacitor or something. It wasn't. So that ended up costing me $12,000. But Daniel's Air in Louisville, Texas, or I think it was Louisville. Anyway, it's something like that. Daniel's Air came out and did the system for a really good price. So I want to give them a thumbs up. If you need somebody that does AC, for anyone that's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, give them a call. They did a fantastic job. And then my fur baby. So Layla, with the whole coronavirus thing going on and everything, I haven't been able to afford the surgery. I had a fundraiser going on a while ago. I had a few people donate to it, which did go towards, vet care. It helped cover some of it, but there's other vet care that she needed. So, I mean, at this point, just kind of going as it is right now. Natalie, my girlfriend, she's been cooking Layla a lot of food, chicken and all kinds of stuff. So she's not losing weight, which is a good thing. She's actually gained weight. So, yeah, that's that. So right now she's actually doing good. I mean, haven't really seen any really bad signs yet, but don't have any real conclusive thing on that yet. Excuse me. So, I don't know. I think the fundraiser is over now. I would have to look. I put it on my stephan.harz YT on Facebook page. So if you guys don't have me on Facebook, YT, which is the page I opened up for my YouTube channel for you guys, I do post updates on there. I do reply back to messages when I can, and just kind of post random things at times. You could go there and kind of keep in touch with updates when I'm not doing a video, for just like little snippets. Sometimes I do that on YouTube as well, but I use Facebook more. So it's just easier for me to just kind of click over to that page and, put in a deal. Todd, no idea when I could get to go back over the road. So I actually had a whole conversation at the beginning of this video talking about my foot. So if you just joined in the video, you'll have to go back and kind of watch the beginning. But long story short, my foot got pretty jacked up, and I thought I was doing a lot better than I was, but physical therapy found some hard limits that I had today. Like, I'm not able to crouch or squat, movements like that. But my balance and walking is so much better. So I'm getting better with physical therapy and my foot, but I still have a long way to go. So that's that. And before I start talking about Layla and my mother, just give it time. Swift is actually giving me plenty of time to work on it. The doctor did put me back for light duty. Swift hasn't really tried to do that. They want me to get better. And the lady in Phoenix that is over the injury thing, she's freaking awesome. She, gets a hold of me every now and then and asks me, how am I doing? Is there anything I need? Yada, 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 that kind of thing. But the responsiveness of Swift in my injury has been really fantastic. I mean, I have no real complaints. The only thing that kind of sucked was, and actually I have a video when I had to clean out my truck. So this was like a week after I got injured. I had to go and get my truck cleaned out because they couldn't allow me to just have my truck sitting somewhere for an unknown amount of time. So my truck's out there somewhere in Texas, most likely. I don't think it's left Texas, running Walmart trailers somewhere. So I don't know if I'll be getting my same truck back or if I'll be getting a different truck. I don't even know when I will be going back to work at this point. I have another doctor's appointment. I'm not going to grab the paperwork and look. I forgot. I need to put that in my calendar. But yeah, that's kind of where that's at. Uh, Andy, yes, I definitely could train you if you come to Swift. I don't know if they'll have you go through a trainer though. If you have 6 months on the road experience and 50,000 miles, they might just allow you to go out with somebody. But if you want to get 50 to 100 hours or something like that with Swift with a mentor for, just to work on your backing to, really dial in your backing the way that I teach it or something like that, then yeah, you could definitely say, hey, you'd like to go out with a mentor, and then request me, and then any areas that you're having some trouble, either it be backing or this or that, whatever, we could really work on those and nail them down. But with 50,000 miles and 6 months of recent experience, I don't think that they're going to have you go out with a mentor unless you need it or want it. Yeah, if they give me a new truck, that'd be pretty awesome. The 2021s are coming out now. And talking about the new trucks, in one of my videos, shoot, which one was it? That was the video that I posted on March 11, 2020. I actually was talking to Mr. Angel. Okay, he's a director in Swift. We did a video in a garage talking about trucks, maintenance, a few things like that. It's a great video if you have not seen it. So go check it out. It is down there. I guess I could grab the link real quick and put it in the chat room for you guys. Here you go. If you have not seen that video, it's actually a really good video where I was talking to Angel. He's a director in Swift. And one of the things that him and me actually talked about during or before that video was about the airbag dumps and the airbag gauge not being in the trucks, especially the newer ones, and how important those two things really are. So he went to take it to the people that he works with directly, and I haven't heard back from him. I might try to reach out to him and see kind of what happened with that. But the guy that was speccing the trucks, this was several months ago, he had passed away. So they had to bring in a new guy that's doing it. I don't know if it was someone that got promoted or a completely new person, but there's been a few changes. So yeah, don't know when those gauges will be put back in the trucks, but when I had Angel in the vehicle and I kind of showed what those gauges do and how important having that airbag dump and ways to use it, he understood it, he got it. Him sitting there and looking at a book and saying, oh well, hey, it says your level gauge. Why would a driver need to know what his level is? But when he understood that we use it for balancing our stuff and knowing how much weight we have on our drives, he was like, wow, you were using something in a way that we didn't even know that you guys were using it. So that was a video that I was supposed to do before I got hurt. So I got hurt. So that video will be coming out here sooner or later, where I actually teach you guys how to do that, and how to be very, very precise with that air gauge, along with some other tips and tricks. I'm calling it my fundamentals of trucking, which would be good for if you're working at Swift or any other trucking company, because there's some mentors where they don't teach everything that they should, or they just simply forget. And that's one of the things when I have a student on my truck, I'm like, look, sometimes I might forget to teach you something, or I think I taught you something enough. If you don't understand it, you need to let me know. That way I know I need to work on that with you more, because some students, they get something quick and then something slow, and every student's different. And when you have so many students, they start to blend together. So that's a problem that some mentors have. It's not that they want to be a crappy mentor, although some of them are. I'm not gonna lie. Doesn't matter what company you're with. There's just some shitty mentors. But sometimes you could forget what you actually trained with a student because it blends together. All right, so Andy, yeah, if you don't want no one but me, then it just really depends on when you get hired on, and just making sure that, when you got hired on, you can go straight to my truck and, get trained. I've done that with several people before, and that's not a problem. The only issue is sometimes people kind of back out, and then it leaves an open gap and everything else. I don't think you'd be one of the ones that would do that, but I've had that happen, and yeah, it can be fun sometimes. Wow, you went through the night orientation, got laid off. You know what? Call Swift. Down below in my comment section, the Veronica's information is not there. Well, my personal email or my YouTube email is in there, stephan.harz@gmail.com. Email me. I'll send that off to Veronica. Veronica will find you a mentor. Trust me. They don't, I mean, you're not going to have a problem with that. And the great thing with Swift, if they can't find you a mentor, you're still paid. You're paid while you're waiting for a mentor. As long as you're not saying, no, I don't want to go with that mentor. No, I don't want to go with that mentor. They'll pay you. So, hey, that's not bad, right? Swift right now is definitely needing drivers. So they're hiring. So yeah, just email me. I'll get you in touch with Veronica. Veronica is a top Swift recruiter. She's freaking awesome. For anyone that has been hired by Swift, is currently driving for Swift, and you're watching this video, definitely throw down there and let me know if you went through Veronica. She's pretty awesome that way. All right. Bob, I try to teach students everything that they do need to know, but sometimes it can be easy to overlook something, or you think you taught something, but they didn't understand it. So being a student, you are responsible to make sure that you're asking good questions. Never be scared to ask a question. Halo Jumper, shout out. All right, I shout you out there, Halo. All right. James Kelly, shoot me an email. Let me know kind of what happened there, and I'll see if Veronica could do anything about getting you to a Swiss school. There's not a whole lot that stops Swift from hiring people, which, I mean, some people on the internet want to say is a bad thing. They'll hire anything with a blog post. Not exactly untruthful, but false in the sense that you have to have a good driving record, and not be a criminal and some other factors. I'm not a recruiter. I don't know all the details. Okay, but let me know kind of what happened there. I'm interested to know. Swift is actually pretty good about training people. That's what Swift is, and that's where some people misunderstand what Swift is as a company. Swift is a great company to drive for long term if you're doing dedicated accounts. Okay, you don't have to be a trainer. Okay, dedicated accounts are great for making good money. Okay, then Swift is a great company to get experience, do a year to 2 years, and then go somewhere else, or go mentor is a great option if you're willing to train. That's the key. Okay, there's some OTR accounts that actually pay really, really good. Now at the 2-year mark, if you stay with Swift, they really start to ramp up that pay scale. Okay, especially if you go platinum, which is not hard, honestly. It's like 2,300 miles a week and don't have an accident. Okay, as long as you're averaging 2,300 miles a week, you're getting an extra 5 cents a mile. And then when you hit diamond, it's an extra 8 cents a mile. And so, can you find another company out there that pays more? Yeah, probably could. But would they have the miles that Swift can have? So there's some pros and cons, okay, honestly. But Swift is a training company. They're going to, get you hired on, they're going to train you, and then let you go. I don't have my Swift lock with me. But what's really funny is that Swift lock is on so many trailers that are not Swift. Well, that driver has to buy that lock. So when that driver quits Swift, he takes that lock, and then when he goes to another company, he has this really, badass lock. It's very hard to pick. It's very hard to, do anything to the lock. And so you'll see a lot of people using it, and you see on the back of a lot of these trailers. Okay, now is every single one of those guys Swift drivers? Probably not, but a good majority of those guys got their training at Swift. Swift is a training company, and it's a good company to get trained. In their school program, I didn't go through their school, so I can't talk about it. But honestly, you go there for, I think it's like a year, and then they start paying you back for some of your, I don't remember all the details. My brother-in-law went through their school, but it's a great way to get into it without having to spend a whole lot of money. So yeah, definitely will say, hey James, I'm not going to allow that message to go through because it's your private email, but I saved it. So let me get this up here and I'll put it right here. So I will shoot you an email in a little bit. Okay. Now let me see. I got some other comments. See, as a new driver, my company only gives shitty routes to new and have best routes to others. Is a preferred. Yeah. Okay. Swift doesn't do that. Swift has some dedicated accounts, but they don't allow you to go straight dedicated. They want you to get some OTR experience. But it's not like, oh, you can't do this route because you don't have enough experience. Swift doesn't really do that. It's just on some of the dedicated accounts, you have to have some experience. It's because the workload is a little bit harder. Okay. Like for instance, Walmart. Okay. When you're OTR, you're going to have an 11-hour day driving. Okay. You're going to be working about 12, 13. 13 is like really topping it. Okay. Most days are going to be quick and short and simple. When you're doing Walmart, your days are going to be minimum 14 hours or longer. And if you're in Texas, it's going to be a lot longer. Texas regulations is different versus federal. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but I could talk about that in a different one. But in Texas, your time is going to be quite long, and that's why they don't like to have brand new drivers driving some of the Walmart accounts or like Target, because the demand, and you have to be at all your stops on time, which there could be 3 to 4 stops. You have to get your stuff off. You got to be on time. You got to slam that dock. There's just a lot of things you really got to be on top of. Now, if you go with a mentor that trains on a Walmart or a Target, then you are what they call a rush driver. Okay. In Swift, they call it a rush driver. And in that case, you could actually go and run those accounts within the 2-year time frame and actually join those accounts full time as an option. Okay. So there's a few ways around that. It just really kind of depends on, what's your on-time delivery, and where you got trained. So that's that. White gold milk. Yeah, but they just dumped a whole bunch of milk. But yeah, the frozen dairy trailers, I'm not a big fan of those ones. I really like the meat and produce ones or the dry trailers when it comes to Walmart. That frozen dairy trailer, -20 in that sucker. It's pretty cold. All right, so I got a few other ones. So yeah, Swift doesn't really, prevent you from doing, the good routes or the money-making routes. They don't do it like that. It's just some of the dedicated you can't do until you get some experience. Cool deal at getting your commercials learner permit. and definitely see you on the road at some point in the future. Uh, okay, Todd. Ugh. Yes, Swift is hiring. My email is down below. It's stephan.harz@gmail.com. Just shoot me an email and I'll get you in touch with Veronica. She's the best Swift recruiter out there. But Todd said something about ask your trainer about how to chain up. I'm torn on that one. I don't teach none of my students how to chain a truck. Part of it is because I don't chain my truck at all for no reason. I will not chain my truck for no reason. If I have to put chains on my truck, I'm not driving. It's that simple. Is it because, oh, well, I'm the Swift driver and I'm stupid, I don't know how to drive in it? No, I actually drive perfectly fine without chains. When I did New York for like 2 winters, I didn't chain up. Didn't need to. Actually, it was 1 winter, and then I went OTR and craft for another winter. But I didn't chain up. Never chained up, but I drove on solid ice. But the thing is, well, I don't want to say solid ice, but there was a lot of ice. But chaining up, if you have to chain up, the road conditions are not worth driving on, honestly. Just get parked, wait until the road conditions get better. If you need to chain up, then I would say that is you're in a really bad situation and you should find parking immediately. Swift will not give you a I forget what they call it, but they will not write you up for not making delivery if you pulled over and you waited until better road conditions. Okay, so if you send in your MAC 22, which is the running late on order, you fill that out, or you call your driver manager and do a verbal 22 and say, hey, the road conditions suck. There's ice on the road. There's snow falling. It's slippery as hell. There's a side wind that's blowing me into the kingdom come. I'm gonna park and wait until the road conditions get better. He's going to say, cool, perfect, not a problem. There's actually a really, really funny story about that. And I got hit by 3 winter storms. And I sent a message saying, hey, I'm going to be late. I have no idea when I'll make delivery. I've hit every single thing weather-wise except the kitchen sink. Something along those lines. You could actually find that post on my Instagram thing, but I really don't keep up with my Instagram. But you could actually find it. To me, it was absolutely hilarious. He replied back saying, hey, not a problem, and please avoid all kitchen sinks. Just the way he said it to me, it was freaking hilarious. So totally worth it. It was funny. So yeah, if you have to chain up, get parked. So if your trainer doesn't teach you how to put chains on, don't worry about it. I don't want to say almost, but a lot of the Swift terminals, especially up north, have chaining classes that you can go to, and somebody there will teach you how to chain up properly. Somebody that's actually trained and yada, 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 and will teach you all the tips and tricks. Okay. I recommend doing that over having a mentor teach you. Okay. And then I would say, don't even think about chaining up until you're over 2 years in. The first year, if the road conditions are beyond safely being able to drive on it without chains, it's your first year. Get parked. Okay. It's different if you're going to specialize in winter driving. But if you're not going to specialize in that weather, get parked. I have a friend, her and her husband run up on the west north coast through Washington, Oregon, and all that mountain passes. They specialize in winter driving. Unless you're specializing in it, don't chain. Just get parked and wait until the weather gets better. Honestly, you'll save time and you're not going to get into an accident or have a car hit you. Um, it's just, it's, it's much better. Just wait until the weather gets better. You're not carrying the vaccine. Well, you could, but you're not carrying the vaccine to save a bunch of, little kids. Okay. It's not worth being on the road. People can wait for whatever the hell you got in the back of your truck, especially if it's toilet paper, because then they'll be shit out of luck. That's a shitty pun, but anyway. So, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Get parked. Thank you for all the hell you gave when I was going through my CDL. I think you meant help. I don't think you meant hell. But I'm glad I was able to help you through, the schooling process and getting your CDL. Driving is definitely, when I was getting into it, everybody was like, it's not just a job, it's not just a career, it's a lifestyle. It definitely is. It's a very interesting job. I really enjoy it. I actually recommend a lot of people to do it, especially if you're young. It's a great job to go and see the world. Well, I say the world, but US and Canada if you're driving for Swift. There's some companies that do Mexico, US and Canada and Alaska and a bunch of other states or countries. But just doing the US and Canada, you're going to see so much highway and you're going to see some really awesome things. It's actually a lot of fun. And it's a great way to save some money and then plan for your next step. Or just save up money, really. So yeah, that's that. I'm waiting for my DMV to reopen so I can get. Yeah, James, I've heard that's a bit of a problem. With DMV being closed and everything else, there's a lot of people that are waiting, or there's a huge line process and stuff. Just kind of have to sit tight. I think Swift is doing something different though. I'm not sure. Some states allow, some trucking companies to actually do the paperwork and then submit it or something. That's above my head. Woo-hoo! I've heard just different things from different people. So, I don't know. I can't help you there. I think anyone can really drive a truck. It doesn't matter if you're tall, you're short, fat or skinny, or whatever. I mean, as long as you got a foot and a pair of feet and a pair of hands, I think you pretty much drive a truck. There could be some things that could be difficult and some things that could be easy. I think if you're younger, it would be a lot easier. But driving is definitely a good way to, get out there and see a lot of things. It's thoroughly enjoyable. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, there is this one road. I think it's actually the photo from top of my channel. Let me take a look. But yeah, it is. So if you go to my main channel page, there's this picture where you see the skyline. I don't remember where I was. I wish I could remember. But I was driving all freaking day and I didn't see nothing. And then I parked and I never heard a car go past me and I still didn't see nothing until like almost the end of the second day. It was so isolated, but so beautiful at the same time. So glad I did not lose a tire because I would have had to wait a very long time for someone to get out there to fix that tire. Talking about tires, do y'all want to hear a funny tire story? Give me a thumbs up down below if you guys want to hear a funny tire story. That one, I've actually told that one to a few tire people and whatnot. It's a trip. Okay, one person did it. So here's the tire story. I guess you guys are all going to sit for the ride on this one. as my nose gets itchy. Okay, so I'm starting south of this Indian reservation. And this is where the story gets funny, right? Indian reservation, you know, if you watch any scary movie, or some of them, starts at Indian reservation. Okay, so here's what happened. I'm driving. Everything's going fantastic. And then my third axle, passenger side, outside tire. Okay, so it's the rear drive axle on my semi, not the trailer, on the semi, outside tire on the passenger side. Picked up a nail, a horseshoe nail, specifically a horseshoe nail. Okay, not a big deal. Called Swift, tire guy came out, patched the tire, no big deal. Okay, great. Oh, it took him a little while to get there. But okay, patched it. Swift didn't want to put a new tire on. I don't know if he put a magnet in this tire. I think he did. Because I'm driving, and it's not even 100 miles later, I pick up a file in my tire. On the third axle, on the passenger side, on the outside tire. Same tire that had the horseshoe nail. I pick up a file. Tire goes flat again. Call Swift. They call out the tire guy. Guess what? It's the same tire guy. So he comes out again, takes the tire back off, puts in, patches it and puts the tire back on because Swift says, just patch it. Okay. I'm going down the road again. I'm not shitting you. I go to pull over because I'm running out of time at this point. I'm on federal. My 14-hour clock's going to shit and everything else. So I pull over and I do a quick walk around, check my tires, check my lights, just make sure everything's still there and I haven't lost anything. I didn't pick up any hitchhikers. And in my tire, third number axle, passenger side, outside, there's a horseshoe. A whole freaking horseshoe in my tire. I'm just like, what the fuck? So I had the file, I had the horseshoe nail, and I had the whole damn horseshoe. There's some poor There's some poor horse out there that doesn't have a shoe. And I have the shoe and the nail and the file to put the sucker back on. And this all happened inside the Indian reservation. They decided to finally put on a whole new tire that time. And thankfully, I didn't pick up the hammer. And if I did hit the hammer, I went over it. I don't know, but there's no hammer. And for a while, I actually drove around with the nail, the file, and the horseshoe. Because I just thought it was freaking hilarious. But when I switched trucks, I lost it. I forgot to get it. That was in my 2016 Freightliner that I had. Was the first truck I had was Swift. Actually, not the first one. Same make, year, and model. When I first got hired on by Swift, that's a story for another day. But yeah, I had some bad luck with some trucks at the very beginning. EJ, welcome to the channel. I talked about my foot a lot in the beginning of this video, so just go back and kind of take a look at it. But in short, I'm getting better doing physical therapy, but my foot still has a lot of time to, a lot of healing still to do. What am I? Yeah, Todd. Okay, so whenever you're at a truck stop, okay, for many different reasons, use a paper towel to open up the door handles, okay? There's a lot of people that will go to the bathroom and they don't wash their hands. Or, I'm not even going to go into all the different things, but trust me, don't touch the door handles if you can help it. Use paper towel. That's why they have a trash pail right by the bathroom door. Um, yeah, you'll stay healthier that way. Um, so yeah, just just get yourself a paper towel and use that to open up the door on your way out. Uh, I don't use the paper towel to turn on the faucet, but I use the paper towel to turn it off after I wash my hands. Using it to turn on the faucet might not be a bad idea, but I just do it when I'm turning it off. Um, so yeah, use paper towel to open up the doors. Trust me. Uh, yeah, at truck stops, you will see a interesting group of people. I'll leave it at that. I will say truck driving though, especially being a mentor at Swift, you get to meet a lot of really interesting people from all over the world. I've trained people that lived in um, Jamaica, several different parts of Africa, South Korea. Um, I can't think. It's actually really interesting, and I love to get students from uh, other parts of the world where they come to the U.S. and actually become legal to work here and yada 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 yada. Go through the process and get to a mentor's truck. Because when they're on my truck, I end up asking them millions of different questions about their country and learning about some of their customs and food and all kinds of things. It's a lot of fun. In trucking, you will meet people from all over the world, and that's actually quite fun. And the other thing that's really awesome about truck driving is you're going to try food from all over the world. Um, there's this gas station that's in Minneapolis. It's at the Pilot, I believe. Anyway, if you go to Minneapolis and you stop at the south side of Minneapolis, right on the highway, the truck stop's just north of it. Okay, it's right there, right off the highway. Don't remember what the exit number is, okay? But there's this little Indian restaurant. The place looks like a shithole, okay? It looks bad. You have to stop and eat their food. They have this awesome chicken curry, and then they got great nana bread and this tandoori chicken. Okay, it's freaking awesome. And then from California, dude, you'll eat some really awesome food from all over the place. You don't just have to do McDonald's. Trust me on that. There's just so many great food options. Sometimes they can be far in between, but ask other truckers, and they'll definitely point you in the right direction to get the best food. Um, there's a lot of really good food out there. You just got to know where to look for them. Yeah, I missed that place too, Natalie. Uh, yeah, so if you're looking for barbecue, while we talk, I'm going to pull up this barbecue joint that's here in Texas that you can actually get a truck to. Okay, and they allow you to park there. So that's really awesome. Now, it's a very small parking lot, so you're not going to be able to get a lot of trucks in there, but you could definitely get a truck or two in there. So, don't try to park there overnight, but you could definitely go through there and, get some barbecue. And I'm going to copy and paste their name and address in here. So give me a second. This place has really good barbecue. I've taken quite a few students through there. It's in Lockhart, Texas. There's the information. And I guess I could pull up the other one because I know where it is. I'm talking about the Indian place. I just don't remember what the name of it was. So there it is. All right. So I'm also going to post the place of this Indian place, and Indian American is what it's called in Indianapolis. Okay. There's a truck stop. It is a Pilot. I thought it was, actually, I did say Pilot. Anyway, it's just north of the Pilot. They actually have truck parking at the restaurant. It's very small. Okay. But the Pilot has quite a few parking spots. And then right across the street of the Pilot, on the west side of the road, there's another truck stop. So you can get parking there pretty easy, especially during the day. You gotta stop in there and get some awesome food. It's not very expensive, but oh my God, it's explosive in flavor, guys. Uh, Definitely, you gotta stop in there and eat. Um, I wish I could remember some of the other OTR restaurants that I love to stop at. But I forgot a lot of them. I haven't been OTR in a long time. But you know, I totally get you driving right past it. I drove past it a few times. I was starving. I got stuck at that truck stop, and I was on my CB, and another trucker was like, "Hey, you gotta go try it," and he talked me into it. So yeah, awesome freaking food at that Indian place. You gotta check it out. The chicken tandoori is freaking delicious. So I always get the chicken tandoori with the chicken curry. Okay, and they also have goat, and they have a lot of different curries. Really good food, not very expensive, and they don't even know who the hell I am. So I don't get any benefit to tell you guys this place, but I'm telling you, it's freaking awesome. You gotta check it out. And if you go to Indianapolis and then you're going to come straight down to Texas, let me know because I might actually buy some food and have you deliver it to me if you have a way to keep it cold. The food is really that good that I would be like, yeah, bring me some, some chicken, some tandoori, bring me this, bring me that. And hell yeah. So yeah, if you're going to go to Indianapolis and then coming straight down to Texas, let me know because, yeah, let me know. Um, so, do I do English classes while training? Um, I don't know other languages. So, if you're talking to me about if you're trying to talk to me in like Spanish or something, I'm not going to be able to understand. But if you need help understanding words or, the meaning of something, yeah, I've actually helped a lot of my students with that. I've had some that were from, other parts of the world, and they had a good fundamental understanding of English, but they needed some help in some words and whatnot. I have no problem with that. I would do the best I can, but I only know English. I'm one of them dumb Americans that don't know 6 languages. Hell, there's some people I've talked to, and some that I even trained, where they know like 3, 4, 5, 6 languages, and it's like, how the hell do you do that? Like, when do you go to sleep? Do you sleep in like 6 different languages or one? Mind-boggling to me. And don't ask me how to spell a word. I suck at spelling. I tell a lot of people that when it comes to spelling, I really suck at it. Yeah, I sure could, Andy. Just send me a message because I might actually forget. Yeah, I got other things that I want to try to do a little bit later on today, so there's a chance I might forget. So just shoot me a message, and that way I don't forget. I can forget things sometimes. Yeah, as Natalie says, that Indian place, they give you huge amount of food for a small amount of money. So easy to get leftovers. So don't be worried about the sticker price that they're asking. You're going to be able to eat on it like 2 or even 3 times. So even though it's like $14, $15 for a plate on some of the things, it's cheaper than McDonald's and so much better than McDonald's. you have to eat there. Um, well, if you go to that Indian place and then you come to Texas, seriously, hit me up. I'm not joking. I will I will seriously ask you to bring me some food. Uh, that's just I've not been able to find another Indian place that makes food as good as that place. I compare every place to how close or that's like the gold standard to me. Um, and I've eaten at quite a few different Indian places, but that one to me is just it tops in flavor and quality. So yeah, yeah, the chicken tandoori. I'm telling you, it's fucking good. All right, so this has been going on for 55 minutes already. Um, anyone else have any idea or like to ask any questions or anything like that? Because we're at that stage where a lot of my videos generally go for, or when I'm live, generally go for about an hour or so. If I do the podcast thing, I think I might shoot for the same. I'm just kind of like talking a little bit here, but I really want to do the podcast thing. I think you guys would really enjoy it. But it will be uploaded to my YouTube, so you don't have to go somewhere else to get it. Um, I'll just record some kind of video to go with it. Um, but they might go for an hour, maybe 2 hours. I have no idea. But I really want to try to work on my audio quality. Right now, I'm actually using my cell phone, so hopefully the audio is coming through extremely well. But I'm not listening to the audio right now, and sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's not. But that's one of the things that the company that may be sponsoring. I don't want to talk about who that may be right now, but it's for a bunch of audio equipment. So I would really be able to step up my game to audio and everything else. So yeah, a lot of great stuff if that happens. If it doesn't happen, I will still get the equipment, but it's going to be later. If you want to try to help me get that equipment, down below is my Patreon. If you want to go there and support me, throw a couple dollars, that'd be very helpful. I use that money to buy equipment. Okay, so that's an option. I don't want to be like that person that begs everybody to do Patreon or give money, but yeah, it's helpful. And then also the email, stephan.harz@gmail.com. You can send money on that as well. The Gmail has a great money sending thing, kind of like Facebook. Super simple, and if you send money there, I highly appreciate that, and I use that to buy equipment for you guys. Raise that quality each time we do that. Attending Swift Academy on 4/29. First thing, if you don't mind, send me an email with your name, first and last name, because honestly, Swift gives me some money for people that join up through Swift, through me, okay? And that helps me, especially for the fact that I'm not working right now and I'm on workman's comp. So I'm getting 70% of my paycheck. So if you could do that, that helps me a lot. So if you don't mind, or if you use me as a reference, thank you. That does the same thing. But going to Swift Academy, the best advice I would tell you is, well, one, I never went there, so this is just pure out of my own thought process. Be ready to learn, okay? Take pen and paper, take a laptop or a tablet, but you're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. And when they give you the book or the information for the written part of the test, whenever you get back to the hotel, read it, okay? It's just one of those things, okay? It takes a little bit of time. A lot of people pass without a problem. but some people do have some problems with the written portion of it. I know when I went to DMV, that's how I got my license. I didn't go through a school. I failed a few times on a few of the tests, and I had to retake them. Now, at DMV, they allow you to do it 3 times before you have to redo the whole package. So you get 3 tries on each test. I don't know the way Swift does it, but DMV in Texas allowed me to take 3 tries per section on the written test. And on a few of them, I failed the first time, but I always got it the second time around. Hey, Dopey, long time no see. Yes, pre-trip test is so important because that will get you when you actually go to try to test out. And when it comes to the pre-trip thing, basically, here's the biggest tip for you. Just call out everything. Because even if it's not part of the pre-trip, they're not going to, give you a mark saying that you screwed up. They're only going to do that if you don't name something. So the more that you learn about every component on the truck, the better you'll be. So definitely spend a lot of time over the pre-trip section. There's some great videos online talking about pre-trip. I don't really have that many because I don't do it per or the way that it's written in the DOT book. But there's one that I was watching back when I was trying to do my test. I don't remember what the name of the video was, but there's some great videos out there. Do it per the DOT way. Definitely spend a lot of time and read that section because it's crucial. Very good point to point out there, Dopey. Yeah, memorize those pages. Yeah, if you get your permit before you go to Swift, instead of it being a whole month not paid, you get to save a whole week. So you could still be working and, go down to DMV in the morning, take 1 test each day, and, that way you're still making some money and you can study along the way. That's an option. I know some people that did like that, but it's that pre-trip that can really get you. If you have your CDL but no experience, that's the way I was. See, I didn't go through no school. I called up a lot of the other companies and they were trying to make me go through their academy and they wanted me to pay all this money. And that's why I told them, I'm trying to keep it somewhat PG-13. So anyway, I didn't do that. When I called Swift, Swift was like, no, you don't have to go through our school. If you already have your license and it's not a learner's permit, you have your Class A license without air brake restrictions or this restriction or that restriction, they just send you out with a mentor for 200 hours. So you go out with your mentor for 200 hours and that mentor is going to teach you. Hopefully. There's a lot of really great mentors. But I have a video saying, signs of a good mentor and signs of a bad mentor, or something along those lines. So if you have a bad mentor, you need to get a different one. Now, if the mentor is teaching you, but he's annoying you, well, stick it out. Suck it up, buttercup. Okay? If he's just simply annoying you, get over it. You're only in his truck for 200 hours. I know that seems like a long time. It really isn't. Just deal with it. Okay? Now, if he's not teaching you, get a new mentor. Now, I say annoying, but that's different than abuse. If he's abusing or sexual abuse or degrading or anything like that, don't stand for that. Report it, get a new mentor, get out of that person's truck. But if it's just simply annoying you by, I don't know, suck it up. At least he's teaching you. There's some mentors that don't teach you. That's the mentor you need to absolutely stay away from. It's very important to have a mentor that will teach you. So yeah, great questions. Awesome questions. So yeah, I think that's actually going to be the end of this video. I might actually do another video next week live, Thursday, Friday, or on the weekend. I don't know, but I would like to try to do another video. I've been a little lazy. Sorry about that. I've been just doing a lot of things here at the house. I've been doing some investing and whatnot. I talked about that in one of my other videos. I've not really recorded any videos about that yet. Partly because I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to do that. But I'll be doing that here sooner or later. So those videos will be coming up. And I also have a video that I want to talk about last year and where I'm at this year, and kind of like going back and forth a little bit. But this year I'm not going to be where I want to be, or at least I don't think so, due to my injury and some of the lost income that I have there. But it is what it is, right? I mean, accidents happen. I really appreciate that Swift is behind me 110% behind my injury, and how responsive they are. So absolutely no complaints there. So just shoot me an email. Still, here's my email. If you want to get a job at Swift, just shoot me an email, and then I'll get you in touch with Veronica. And then that way I could actually get it over to her. And she's really good about answering every question. And then also I want to be, fully transparent. I do get paid for it. And so, yeah. So yeah, that's that. Don't need to, but I appreciate it. Okay. You're not required to. You can just call a recruiter. You had a mentor who threw his hat and moved on. Well, good that he moved on, because that sounds like a really shitty mentor. I don't know if I would take that as just a mentor being really annoying or abusive, but definitely somebody who doesn't seem like he knows how to control his anger. And in trucking, that's not a good sign. Trucking will really teach you how to be patient for one of many different reasons. Patience is a virtue. It could be, patience because of, loading, slow to load, slow to unload, or something went wrong with the trailer and you're waiting for repair. You'll need patience. And if you don't have patience, you will learn patience, much like fishing. With fishing, you have to have patience. Just because you put the hook in the water doesn't mean the fish is going to bite it. And just because you're driving a truck doesn't mean you're always going to have the miles. Patience is a virtue and pretty key. I don't know if I'm going to get my KW back. I actually did talk about that a little bit earlier. I had to turn the truck in after, it was like 5 days after my injury. Just because I was going to be out for quite a while due to my foot being crushed. So I don't know if I'll get my same truck back or if I'll be getting a new truck. The jury's still out on that. No idea. I do have a video where I was cleaning it out. I'll upload that video either today or tomorrow. It's short. I just did a quick video, kind of like me. Well, yeah, you guys will see it. I'll have it uploaded tomorrow at maximum, if not tonight. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think that's going to be everything for this stream. If you watched it from the beginning to the end, thank you for watching the entire stream, because I kind of rambled on a little bit, but we had some great topics, some awesome questions. We talked about some awesome food places you can get while you're OTR. You guys had an update on my health, and hey, No reason to be sorry. You're new to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Hope you stay a long time. Hope you enjoy the content. If you have any questions, ask away. You know, I try to answer. I do reply to most of my comments, but I read every single one, to the point that my friends are annoyed sometimes because, you know, I'm reading comments sometimes. So I do pay attention. I read everything. So yeah, post comments on even my old videos. I will get back to you or read it. Or you can shoot me an email. Sometimes I might be a little slow. But as James said, it was definitely fun talking with you guys, answering every question. And definitely, hey, join me up for next week. Not sure when I'll do it. I'll post the date and general time frame on my Facebook, stephan.harz YT. It's a Facebook page for my YouTube channel, so you guys will be able to get an idea. And Kelly, I will shoot you, or James, I will shoot you an email here in just a minute. But thank you for watching. Have a great day. And if you're out on the road, drive safe. Oh, comment, like, rate, and subscribe, right? Later, y'all.